Welcome back everyone to Final Fantasy XIV Online. We are going to head on out to, where were we going? Whitebrim Font for our second, well for my second of the day, my second thing, main story quest, because we are in between the end of A Realm Reborn and Heavensward, and we are currently, when the cold sets in, we're currently in the second last quest for patch 2.3, Defenders of Eorzea. So we have patches 2.4 through to 2.55 to go before we finish this section, but we are slowly but surely getting there, because it's not just the main story quests in each oh, what do we call it? We're not joining that fate today. It's not the main story quests in each add-on that are the only things we have to pay attention to. It is also the main story quests that continue to bridge between each add-on. So very similarly, as Dawn Trail is now into its patches, so I'm into the patches that came just after A Realm Reborn. Kind of excited. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they get after Dawn Trail, though I don't think I'm going to be able to be caught up with it before then, unless it's going to be 12 months away, which is about how long it's going to take. Am I still going? I am still going in the right direction. So there we go. We have our Boom Saves All benediction going. We have a level 63 White Mage, which is good to have before the end of A Realm Reborn. Like one character class up to there. So what I'll start doing from now on is I'm going to be doing all of my main story quests on my White Mage, and I'm going to be bringing up my Paladin and my DPS classes on side quests, and when they reach the same level as the main class, the White Mage, then we'll have a look at other things. But that's what we're slowly doing. So it looks very much like I will actually get to the end of the Realm Reborn quests for each class if I kind of switch between the two. So we are. I should have flown my bird, because it's much quicker. Let me just grab the bird. Where am I going? I'm speaking with Drillemont. Alright, it's much quicker, rather than run up all the stairs, it's much quicker just to fly to the top of the tower and run down the stairs till we get to the gap, and then fly down to see Drillemont. See, that didn't take any time at all. I love a flying mount. Roselore, welcome. You'll be pleased to know that the repairs of Stone Vigil proceed apace. We shall rebuild sure and strong, that the Dravanians might batter themselves senseless against our shield in the west. I would venture, however, that matters of masonry are not what brought you to Whitebrim. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say? By the fury! But you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess, then, 'tis a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly, without warning, and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this ice heart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervour. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims? As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a trader was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. He might indeed. Why don't we jump on the Chocobo? Oh, I know, right in the middle of the Lord Knight's presence. We're going to run up here, ignoring the fact that we are getting a lovely picture of the bird's butt, and we're going to just jump on over here and fly down to the medical centre. I am enjoying the speedier running between missions. I'm not sure what the medics are going to say about me riding the Chocobo in the centre, and actually I should probably, oh, there he is. But that's okay. We'll dismiss the bird now. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly blackhearts. I was travelling my usual route to Whitebrim Font when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armour, crystals. They were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that's where they're hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived it all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Right. Snowcloak, you say? Search the wilds of Snowcloak and defeat any heretics you might encounter. Oh yeah, the door. Alright, let's have a quick looky-see at our map. That's what I thought. The big orange dot down here. We might go for a fly. What do you reckon? Ah, yes. A fly is definitely in order. Let's go. Alright. So, how long does it take to do 4 main story quests, you ask? Well, it depends on the quest. So, for instance, if you're doing MSQs and you've got an hour wait for a dungeon, then it could take you a while. I'm finding, though, that most dungeons that I come into now are only taking 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, if I come at the wrong time of day, breakfast time, school drop-off time, for instance, or dinner time in the afternoon, woo, then, well, let's irritate these guys. Stun you, and we'll stun you. Oh, I can get them both. Oh, this is so much fun. Much quicker when you remember to use Holy, okay? Holy is your friend. Yes. Then I'm finding things are quite difficult. But if I come in at a lot of people get on between 4 and 6 to do their free-for-all. No, that's not what it's called. It's a duty. It's a PvP duty. Going to duty finder. It's not crystalline. Frontline. They come in to do their frontline. Pretty much every day. And I find, because I'm on Australian time, anywhere between 4 and 6:30 is good. Then it gets quiet between about 6:30 and 7:30. Do not do this in a character that's less than level 51. Anyway, then it gets quiet, and then it gets a little bit busy after that. It can be quite busy all the way up until midnight. Ah! Draw your weapon, foul! Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You come seeking heretics. Then we have a common purpose. We're on a patrol, and we chanced across one of their raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered in this ravine, and yet they're gone, vanished like icy wraiths. They have indeed. I should have done that fate while I had the chance. Uh-oh. I see things. We could be in trouble. Yes, we're definitely being watched. Oh dear. Oh, hello. What are you doing? Uh-oh. Is she a white mage? Ooh. Alright, let us, before we talk to the nice knight, let's toddle back this way. Oh, Sebek. I don't think I've ever fought Sebek before. He could eat me. What level is this? 40. Right. Ah, my level's been synced to 45. Sebek, my dear and wonderful friend. Oh, that got his attention. Let's flash. I'm probably doing this with the wrong character class. Yes. Oh, almost definitely. 4. Does he get stunned like everyone else? And is he getting me while I'm sitting underneath him? I think he might be. Refresh my breeze. Hit him with a holy. Hit him with a 5. Oh no, he doesn't. He doesn't. Hit him with another holy. Check my health. My health is good. Ow. It was good. Oh, I better heal myself. Let's flashy him. And let's heal ourselves. Bit of holy. Bit of wind. Yep. Bit of holy. Holy, not stone. What are you thinking? Now a little bit of rocks to your head. Here we go. Ow. Bit of holy. I should probably move when he does that. Bit of heal myself. Bit of holy. I am out minding him enough to... Oh no, I made him turn around. Bit of holy again. Bit of rocks to the head. Oops. Bit of holy. Holy, what are you doing? Don't interrupt yourself. What are you thinking, girl? Oh, that you don't like getting bitten by a crocodile? Oh, I see your point. And a bit of holy. Ow! Holy, what are you doing? Don't just sit there. You know what else I've forgotten? Let me just hit myself with a heal. And a bit of regeneration, because that's handy. Oh, I haven't learnt that yet. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Oh, now I'm in trouble. Some of this. Some of this. A little bit of that. Alright, let's get back to it. Rocks for the head. I'm not sure we're going to be quick enough either. We've got 6 minutes to beat him up. Alright, we can do this. And not die ourselves. You know what, we're going to go Alt 1 because we need to do some sleep therapy. Ow! You know what else I've forgotten? We've forgotten to keep the wind on him. Because that's doing damage over time, which is what we actually would like. It's handy. Bit of holy. Get out of that. A bit of holy. A bit of rocks to the head. He resisted my stun. How dare he? So what I'm doing is I'm alternating between holy and stone. And holy and Cure 2 on myself. And holy. And rock. Rock is life. And holy. Holy, this is such a game changer. There was a tank who said, why aren't you using holy? And I'm like, oh, well, actually, the truth is I forgot to use it because I'd only just gotten it and I couldn't work out why it was so useful. So I started using holy. Of course, I started using it wrong. So there was another tank who, amidst all her advice of telling me certain skills weren't useful that I now use all the time, actually said, look, by the way, holy is based on you. Now, until she said that, I'd actually been using it like it was a ranged spell. I don't know if any of you are dumb enough to have done that, but I certainly was. And that was just such a game changer because I learned that I could be a lot more useful once, in keeping people alive if I could stun all the attackers. And then I learned how to actually do it. So sometimes your tanks come up with good advice. Sometimes they're very, very egocentric and will tell you just to use spells that will affect only them, when you can be much more effective by using a spell that will heal not only yourself but also your DPS around you. And that can be quite a useful thing to have. Because if you can give your DPS a teeny tiny little boost, and sometimes that's all they need for them to use their own spells and things to keep themselves on their feet. And that's one of the reasons why I use Cure 3 now, and I use Medica, because Medica also helps my DPS stay on their feet a little bit longer and gives them maybe that edge, that couple of points they need between surviving and falling down. Because you definitely don't want anyone in your team to fall down. I think I need to heal myself again. I don't want to fall down either. We're good now. He's a very persistent little croc, this one. So remember, I'm using pretty high level gear too. I bought that off the market boards. I'd never thought to look there. I forget who I was watching, and they were just saying, look, you can get fairly good gear off the market boards and some people actually price it quite reasonably, I'm happy to say. So just kind of it's kind of, you've got to learn stuff as you go, and so I've been learning a lot of stuff as I go, and hopefully I'm passing it on to you guys in a useful way, so that you're not left trying to caught out the same way I've been caught out on a few things in this game that I didn't know. You glimpsed a woman atop the cliff. Could it be Iceheart herself come to sneer at our folly? And where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. 'Twould be best were we to return to Whitebrim Font and lay our suspicions before Lord Drillemont. Right. I guess I'm going for a fly then. You boys take care on your way back. It is worth doing the fates. There's a couple of reasons why it's worth doing the fates. One is you do get some XP and some coin out of it, and you get your company seals, which are really useful when you remember to actually spend them. So those are good reasons for doing fates. I like to do it from a leveling point of view, but also from a company seal point of view. We might have a look and see how many we've got. I spend them on promotions when I can, and but I've discovered there are a couple of other useful items in there that I might want to spend them on. Let me just jump down here, it's a bit quicker. There we go. So we might look at that, especially with gear when some of our stuff is low. Roselore, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in their report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some of my finest. That they should be bested so handily, I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. 'Twould be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonshead and inform Lord Harchefant of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. Ooh, radio. Speak with Harchefant. Let me guess. He is in Camp Dragonshead. Yes, he is. We're going to just take a little quick trip. Excuse me while I teleport out of your sanctum, my lord. Alrighty. I've got red dots in my inventory. What are they all about? Well, let me see. Let's sort it for a start. The new stuff is down the bottom. Oh, I did get a weapons coffer, didn't I? And what's that? A splintered chest. It's a crafting material. I haven't worked out what that's for yet. That's for a sylph mission I haven't done yet. Oops. Antique Solare. It's old, too old. Okay, it's another one. It's a crafting material, I think, for one of the crafters up in Thingamy. Obtained and registered. We need to go up to the casino and sell our extra cards. I think I've done the same with this one as well. Yeah. Alright, that's okay. So I have a cleric's attire coffer for 90. What level stuff am I wearing at the moment? 180, 220, 215. This would probably be why I haven't opened it then. That's the soul of the White Mage. And alright, so we probably don't want to open that yet. Level 49 weapons coffer, so it has a level 49 weapon. Right, so I should just be careful which class I open that with. Level 50 coffer and item level 90, and this is level 49. So item level 90, what's my cane? Alright, so I probably don't want to open that weapon coffer with my mage who's already equipped with a much higher level item. Fair enough. I can be reasonable, maybe. Hi Misha, how you doing? Another a little kitty cat come for a visit. I used to wonder who this wonderful company was, this wonderful free company, Voyager. Actually, it's not a free company. What it is a signifier that that person has come from across, from an entirely different server to our own, and they're visiting. Whereas Wanderer, which I used to think was another wonderful free company, but Wanderer is a designation for people who have travelled to another world within the same server. So there you go. Pieces of trivia for you today. My, aren't we learning a lot?
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody.
They did, huh?
But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart?
Well, this.
Indeed. And this transpired at Snowcloak?
Yes.
Of all the Highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate.
Right.
So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order.
Perhaps. What do you have in
Putting such
mind?
considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion.
Right.
Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action.
Okay.
Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche.
Yes, but avalanches are indiscriminate and take out all in their path.
On the matter
not
of the stolen
precise.
provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenants Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Thank you. All right. Report to Slafborn at Revenants Toll. Now, unlike White Sands, Vesper Bay, I know I'm trying to... Rising Sand. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of my own hideout. That's not good. So we have no Aetheryte tickets, so let's go and spend a little bit of cash and head on back to Slafborn at Revenants Toll. I don't think my home thing is set to there. I have found it really useful to have my my home Aetheryte set to Limsa. But it all depends on where you tend to operate out of mostly. Alrighty, here we go. So let's go talk to Slafborn. How you doing, mate? Roselore, it is good to see you return to the Toll. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Coerthas? House Tom's is to send us a second shipment? I must send thanks to Lord Harchefant for his continued generosity. Yet, even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract ever greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alphinaud's new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. Indeed. Okay, now, let me just pull my character up. Unlocked circlet. Alright, so I don't need anything for my white mage. That is less than level 180. Except for a weapon. An Astrum helm. Good for Lancer, Dragon, and Reaper. I need to be level 50 to wear it, so I'm a way off it. Will I be sorry if I don't pick it up? What's my backpack like? I know. And a Gloam coif. If I go over to my classes and jobs, is anyone close to level 50? Oh, wait a minute. I have a level 50 summoner. I wonder if they need the gear. I don't think I've got anything for summoner though, do I know? Pugilist, Rogue, Monk, Ninja, Samurai, and Viper. No. Okay, what about Warrior? My Warrior is 49. This is level 50. It might work. Astrum Helm. Lancer, Dragoon, and Reaper. So there's my Lancer, Dragoon. And I don't have a Reaper. Alright, so maybe I'll just go with the Allegan silver pieces and cry about it later. Alright, into our third quest for the day. Brave new companions. Third main story quest. Let's go. While you were away in Coerthas, preparations for an inaugural ceremony were all but completed. Although Tataru does seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist could do with a hand? Sure thing, Slafborn. Alright. So the other problem with me taking time to savor things along the way is, apart from the fact that I'm getting horribly lost here, is that I only have a limited recording time each day, and so maybe it is best too if we do focus on our main story quests and see what I can get done around them. Alright. Let's go, Tataru. A lot of you will have a limited playtime too, so you're going to have to make a very similar decision. These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Ooh, I am sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. The round file. Oh dear. Ah, Roselore, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenants Toll, and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alphinaud if you don't want to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organisation is a well-dressed organisation, I suppose. I would prefer to be well-equipped than well-dressed, but let's go and find our recruits and give them their uniform. None of them would be conveniently lurking around in here, would they? No, they're all outside. Present the uniforms to the new recruits. I mean, I could solve my problem easily. We just grab the blue bit here. Yeah, see? All outside. Troublemakers. Let's go find them. Revenants Toll. Leave the Rising Stones? Yes, Waking Sands. There you go. Waking Sands, Rising Stones. Because the sand woke up, got together. Anyway. It's a theory. Be nice. Alright, let's go get this one. Yuhaze, how you doing? Those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself is an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. You're an eager little beaver. Here you go. A uniform just for you. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organisation has made a name for itself, there shall be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. Yuhazi, I'm not sure you've quite got the idea of what uniforms were made. It's to distinguish you from the adoring masses, not get you confused with the adoring masses. Hang on a minute. Aha, not inside. Alright, let's, really there is no tidy way to do this, is there? Oh! Amkus. Ergmhus. This scarlet garb marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom and a hearty defender of Limsa Laminza, yet, in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm, and I thought this new company a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. There you go. Ooh, now that's a striking shade of blue put alongside my Maelstrom uniform. My wardrobe will certainly not lack for colour. Right. Man likes his rainbows. Who can blame him? Ilberd. Hey, how you doing? I don't believe we've met. I am Ilberd, and I will have the honour of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. A noble sentiment. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There's no easier method of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. And yet the Alamegans don't seem to have a uniform. No, that red tick is irritating me. I think we worked out we couldn't unlock the collectibles we needed for the... Anyway. Little Alamigo could learn much from Revenants Toll. That's what this town is can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. But Wilred, it's good to see you, mate. Even if you did try to kill me earlier. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. This is like, is he bare-chested? No, I don't know. He's got his arms folded. Maybe he's cold. And he should be in this weather with that little on. This is not little Alamigo in the desert, my friend. You need to dress for the climate. All right. Rio, how you doing? Hello there, lass. Looking for me, was you? I Suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure I'd hear it amongst all the bustle. Aww, this is one of our dudes from the Minza. Oh, proper uniforms and all. This thing will cut off the blood to me head. Not to worry though, I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. If I hear tearing cloth, you are going to be explaining it to Tataru. Now, where was the other one? I swear I saw... Aha. Alian, hey, how you doing? Ilsidor has at last retired from the adventurer's life, though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit. I'm excited to forge my own path onwards. Ah yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organisation is somewhat intimidating. Alian, you'll do just fine. All right. Up here somewhere, in behind the stores. Yeah, there we go. Ephemi, hey. Roselore Serafina, gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenants Toll. I'm glad. Here. 'Tis an honour to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. I'll remind you, you said that. Alright, now it looks like I've got a door to go through for something. Maybe I need to go outside the walls for this other one. Let me see if I can run faster and get lost quicker. Whoops. Well, yeah, this is why they don't let me near cliffs unsupervised. Oh my goodness. Alright. Up there on the wall. There's always one, isn't there? Come here. Laurentius, hey, you made it. I thought it was best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit that I've no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Oh, look, at least you're trying to learn. Why don't you ask them, though, you daft widget? Ah, our new uniforms. I am reminded of my induction into the Wood Whalers. And he goes back to doing something he's got no clue about. It says me running into a wall. Alright, inside, you say. Well, now I probably do have to go... Oh, no, wait a minute. Labyrinth of the Ancients. Okay. And Brave New Companions. Right, we're heading back to the Brave New Companions. Labyrinth of the Ancients, I believe, is one of those extra things. Now I'm trying to work out what it is. It's got a little plus sign next to it. Ah, Enter the Labyrinth. Yeah, it's one of those extra things that's clogging up my quest list. I know. Enter the Rising Stones? Why, yes, of course we will. Let's go. Entrance to the Solar. Dum-da-da-dum. Here we go. Alright, enter the Solar? Yes, of course. Alphinaud, how are you? Yes, Roselore? Ah, Tataru mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assumed you've now met the rest of the recruits. I haven't got his voice right, I'm sorry. Some few answered the call to arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We're not yet an army, but there's much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I thought of a name for the company? 'Tis my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Roselore. Since once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement. He too keeps his secrets, doesn't he? Wow, he's so tiny.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you crystal braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all!
Wow.
For the freedom of all!
They look pretty good in their uniforms though, right? Oh, very
A rousing
cool.
speech, Alphinaud. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
I know, tell me a story. Alright, let me have a look at my list. Okay. Let's speak with Minfilia. Hi.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension.
We still haven't found out what happens to that.
Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
No.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelind's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Alright. Well, what do we have here? An auroral coif for an archer, bard, mechanical dancer. They need to be level 50 for it. Oh no. So tempted to just take the set and pop it to one side, but we'll why don't we just play it through and see. Conjurer, White Mage, Scholar, Astronomer and Sage, Thaumaturge, Arcanist. Now I do have someone in the right level for that, so why don't I grab the top hat? Alright. Okay. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. Off you go. Winds are uncommon fierce this day. I wonder what he saw. Oh dear. Well, doesn't he look like he needs a chill pill? Wow. Oh, no, that can't be good. Man with that kind of power influenced by, oh, 2 of them. Well, we've got a bit of work to do ahead of us, don't we? Well, well. A new chapter of the new game has been unlocked. Let's head into our third, is it? Our third or fourth quest for the day? Traitor in the Midst. Fourth quest. Minfilia would have you assist Alphinaud in his new station as commander of the Crystal Braves. Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding. But it avails us naught to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primals have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such time as a permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Ascians, Urianger is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the dark beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us speak, then, of more current matters, in particular the state of the Crystal Braves. Alphinaud did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he is doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or 2 would not go astray. To this end, I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault, and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alphinaud has entrusted countless matters of import to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again were you to offer. I should be most grateful if you would go to him and support him in whatever manner you're able. All right. Okay. Now, if I remember rightly, let's have a quick look at our character classes. I said I had a summoner and I have a red mage. Do I not have a red mage here? Let me have a look at my gear set. I do have red mage, but look at that. It's not actually out there. Let's grab red mage and pop that down there because that should be there. And I'm not seeing blue mage either. So we'll grab blue mage if I've got it in here. Ooh. Well, we're going to have to fix that then, aren't we? Do I have armor twice? Okay. Let me just have a look in my weapons chest. I have a feeling... I know... that last time I cleaned it out I might have done something terrible. Okay. I've forgotten the name of the wand. I'll know it when I see it, I just can't bring it to memory. And it does look like I do need to clean out my, Oh, that's not good. I do not have my blue mage weapon in there. I may have sold it or deconstructed it. Sigh. Well, that's going to make life awkward, isn't it? Unless I've got it in a crate somewhere and I haven't opened it. But I don't think so. I think I may have sold it. Oh, wait a minute. No, I haven't unlocked it. Oh, thank goodness. Alright. So, what I was thinking was that I had two classes that were of a level where that new hat would be useful. So let's switch to this and just see if it's useful for this character. Oh my. Well, we have forgotten a bit, haven't we? Let's just fix all of that. Beautiful. Red mage. Okay, we don't need the blue hat for the red mage. That's fine. What about, what was it, summoner? Let's update that then. Yeah, the even star hat for the summoner. Ah, that's kind of fetching, isn't it? Also, any other gear that we can get for summoner, we'll have to add in. So that'll be useful. We'll do that. All right, let's dip back to our white mage because we're doing a main story quest and we need to do that on our main. We don't need to do it on our main character. You could theoretically, and I've been playing with this idea as well. You could theoretically switch between two classes, alternate your main story quest between at least two classes, if not three. And that would keep you leveling at the same pace as the story rather than what I'm doing, which is leveling ahead of it. But there's a reason for leveling ahead of it. And that is to basically make it makes traveling into the new areas a lot easier. So I did just ignore what I needed to do. Speak with Alphinaud. He must be in here. Yeah, think. Yes, I do think. Therefore I am. Alphinaud. What is it, Roselore? And do be concise. I am rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labour. Though we are but newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions. But I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second in command, Captain Ilberd. Tell him that I sent you, and he'll furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Roselore. Alrighty, let's go. Captain Ilberd, hi.
Hail to you, Scion. How might we serve you?
Well, Alphinaud says.
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us?
Yes.
These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own.
Well, don't talk about it here then, you widget.
That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence.
In an echoing hall where his voice carries. Shh. Go ahead.
Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies.
Oh no.
Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ.
Oh no.
We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy.
Creepy.
He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause.
Oh no.
These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root.
Good luck.
Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us.
Right.
We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
Flattery? I don't think so. Always worry when someone butters you up like that. It doesn't matter who they are, or how much you want to trust them. Got to worry about that, man. Alright, but guys, on that rather dour note, I am going to end this episode. We are going to head to finish this 4th quest into the next episode, Traitor in the Mist. If you enjoyed it so far, please hit like. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe, and I will check you later. Take care out there.